Welcome to Fridays in the Field, being brought to you by FNBO, the Great Big Small Bank. I'm Susan Littlefield, and we are back outside of Columbus, Nebraska. Last time we were here, it was cold, it was windy, it was rainy, and not a lot of crops were growing. Now we've already seen alfalfa cut for the first time and just finished up baling. Corn is out of the ground looking great, and soybeans as well, as irrigation has started to run like we've seen for many across the country, with warmer temperatures continuing to move in. And of course, we are going to talk not only with Jim Kamrath today, but his grandson Ben, as we talk about some diversification within the farming operations. So Jim, let's start out with this alfalfa. Last time we talked, you were getting ready to get it cut. You were excited to see what this first crop was going to look like. Now the field's been cut. What are you seeing?
We're really pleased with the outcome of the alfalfa and this new crop that we put in last August. It was exceptional, I thought, except for the dryland corners, which we're going to have to redo. And have a patch that's 4 years old, and it turned out really well. So yeah, we're really pleased that the way it turned out, the way the weather started. We was kind of leery of it, but so yeah, it was all good anyway.
Well, the bales look absolutely gorgeous out there, and I know you, along with many producers across the state, were having to bale at literally dawn's early light to be able to get this done because of moisture concerns.
Yeah, we go out and try to rake it, and if it was too dry, and you try to go out early in the morning, and it was too damp, and so yeah, it's kind of a challenge at times. Yeah.
I want to talk about your grandson Ben, as he just walked into the shop. What's it like farming with your grandson?
Oh, he takes up a lot of the things I can't do anymore. the lifting and everything like that, and he takes up a lot of slack here, let me tell you. He's a good help, and his brother Noah as well. And I'm really happy that they like to come out and help and take an interest in it.
It's probably neat to see the next generation, you know, having that desire and passion for agriculture.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of well, how do I want to say, a dying art somewhat, that a lot of people just don't want to get into it anymore. I guess maybe it's finances, maybe it's the work about it, I don't know. But when you was growing up on the farm, I guess that's in your blood, so that's why I'm here to this day.
Well, now bringing Ben Kamrath into the conversation. Ben, of course, is the grandson of Jim, and just graduated high school and heading to UNL this fall, looking at agriculture. So exciting times for you as you finish up one part of your life and you move on to a new adventure.
Yeah, I'm going down to Lincoln in the fall, and then I'm going to study or major in mechanized systems management, so that should be good.
What's it like farming with Grandpa?
It's fun. I've always enjoyed coming out here. I mean, I've always had good memories out here. I mean, stuff goes wrong and stuff breaks, and that's not always fun, but I guess it's part of it. It's always interesting. Learned a lot. Every time I come out here, I learn something new, it feels like. I always want to try something new.
One of the things that you guys have, another cash crop, is pumpkins. And you do that with your dad and your brother Noah and Grandpa. Let's talk about the pumpkin operation.
We've been doing that now for about 10 years, and when he first started, I think he started at like an acre maybe, and he just wanted to sell it at like farmers markets and stuff and just kind of sell them around, and then kind of got more public, I guess, and it kind of started spreading, and now he takes pickup bed loads out to Omaha and to Schuyler. He takes them all over. Usually my aunt in Omaha sells 3 or 4 pickup bed loads full every year. I know he goes to Schuyler with a bunch, and then here around Columbus, and then sells them to a whole bunch of families, and then we always get a whole bunch of people that come out here and just pick up whatever they want. And you know, so this year now we're about 2 acres he planted, so we've grown about an acre, which doesn't sound like a lot, but with pumpkins, I guess it adds quite a few. So
in 2 acres, how many seeds are you talking about being planted?
This year he's got roughly between 2,500 and 3,000 seeds, somewhere right there, and then kind of depends on how many of them decide to germinate and how many of them bloom, so we'll see.
Done by hand?
Oh yeah, all by hand.
So what's your biggest takeaway from the past 10 plus years? And I mean, obviously you were probably farming with Grandpa and your uncle and dad for many years before that, but what are some of your biggest takeaways of your time on the farm?
Just the work ethic that you gotta have. You gotta have that work ethic to just keep going, even if something breaks or something doesn't go your way, or like if the markets are bad, you just got to have that drive and that passion for it in order to keep going, because it's just, it's hard. I mean, you can't, because you never know what's going to happen. You could have a bad storm come through that just wipes out everything, and then you're left with nothing. It's just, I mean, there's a lot of hope, basically. You got to have that hope that everything will work out and everything will be fine, and then just the work ethic part of it. And you'll always be learning. Don't ever stop, because you might think you know how to do it the best, but there'll always be something new that'll come along that might work better, and you just kind of got to try new things and always try expanding and see what works, and you just got to try it.
Well, that's been this week's Fridays in the Field, being brought to you by FNBO, the Great Big Small Bank. Again, we've been outside of Columbus, Nebraska. Thanks again to both Jim and Ben Kamrath for inviting us out to the farm and getting a chance not only to see some great smelling alfalfa, but look at those pumpkins as well.